My watch is always fast. And we're gonna start, just like always, we'll start on our backs, hips, there we go. Now we're getting some, I hate this chat button, calves. So glad to be here, I'm so glad you're here too. Hips and butt, awesome, I hear you. And Kimberly, hips, of course. Always hips, especially when we're stuck like in a stressful period of time.
So Lindsay, I'm sitting all day, so maybe there is some poses to help with sitting jobs.
The sitting jobs, oh yeah. I have a good one. I actually watched the funniest video last night. I'm gonna show you while we're taking this last little minute. So this guy's sitting at his desk, and you know how this is what we do, right? We're all like, the turkey neck, I always call it. So he says to pull up and push your chin back, exaggerate the double chin, and then you kind of like hold your finger out, push in, pull back, push in, pull back, push in. So I was doing it and I felt like such a dork, but it does make your neck feel better. So just a little food for thought there. Hello, Mary Gwen, how are you? Good morning. Okay, well, we're gonna go on and get started. If you have a specific item, feel free to put it in the chat. I'm gonna also type in the chat. These are really weird classes for those of us that are used to being obviously in the studios. I know they're weird for you guys because most of you never even taken an online class before. I study with one of my mentors this way, so it's not that unusual for me. Other than there is some interaction here, which I like, especially right now. But we are all doing these donation-based, and if you can afford to give something right now to your yoga instructor, we totally appreciate it. If you can't, and that is not happening right now, totally understand that too, and we just ask that you pass the love on to someone else in some other way, and when prosperity returns, you share it out there. So I will put my Venmo out there. That's just kind of how we're being paid right now. So again, if you want to give, great. If you don't, totally understand. And that's the last you're going to hear about that, other than I will put my Venmo in the chat while you guys are in Shavasana. We're going to start out on our backs. I have a fun little reading for you guys. So just arrive. I'm going to back up. I've got this space set up now so that you can actually be able to see me when I stand up and lay down. So just go on and find your back on your yoga mat just like you would in a normal studio, and just arrive. So in basically corpse pose, if that's what feels good. Or go on, and if your back is super tight, bend your knees, bring your knees together and take your feet out wide, like the width of the mat. And then just arrive and appreciate the space, right? So you might be in your living room. I see a lot of living rooms. You might be in your bedroom. You might be in your office. And this is just kind of like a cool reminder that we don't need a fancy space to practice yoga. It's one of the few things that's extremely inexpensive. You know, you need a yoga mat, and you don't even need that, but you just need yourself, and you need your breath, and you need the time to slow down and breathe. So just arrive and notice what you're bringing to your mat, and then find your breath. So I love all the little doggies in the photos too. Working to just notice. Notice what is here. Hello, Miss Tina. Notice what you're coming with, you know, what you're bringing. Don't judge, but just notice. And I'll offer up a little food for thought. I was watching someone that I really like. She's very inspirational to me, and she owns a big company. So I'm all about the female entrepreneurs too. And so she's been focusing, she posted this, she didn't come up with it, and she didn't remember where she found it, but she was posting 6 questions that she's trying to ask herself every day. So we're going to roll through these, and I want you to just take a moment and answer each question while you're relaxing here in this space. The first question, one we ask all the time: what am I grateful for today? So just spend a moment. What are you grateful for today? 2, who am I checking in on today? Who are you going to check in on today? Very important to check in on our relatives and our friends. One of my best friends is in New York City. I will check in on her today. 3, what expectations of normal am I letting go of today? I really like that one. What expectation of normal am I letting go of today? That could be like that your kids are at school. That's certainly one for me. 4, how am I getting outside today? It might be raining where you are, but you could sit maybe on your screened-in porch or in some other place where the rain won't touch you. How are you getting outside today? If you just logged on, feel free to find your back on the mat, Miss Stephanie, and just relax in that space. 5, how am I moving my body today? You guys can check this one right off the box. How am I moving my body today? And lastly, 6, what beauty am I either creating, inviting, or cultivating today? I really feel like your yoga practice could check that box as well. What beauty am I either creating, inviting, or cultivating today? So right now, the beauty is that you're taking time for yourself and what is a crazy, different, weird situation. So let's start to cultivate that breath. I'll guide you into it. We're going to go right into that, I call it the trash breath. So we're going to breathe in a huge breath. We'll hold for a moment, and then we're going to let out the trash. And because you're at home and no one can hear you, I think some people haven't muted yet, but hey, go on and make it loud. Let out the trash. So here we go. Take a big, deep inhale in. Pause. Open the mouth and let out the trash. So weird not being able to hear you all. A big, deep inhale in. Pause. Open the mouth and let it go. Last one with this breath. Big, deep inhale in. Pause. Open the mouth. Let it go. Recognizing that breath for what it is. Just 3 big, huge sighs. They say the sigh, it comes from the heart, so it helps us release a little bit of anything that might be frustrating you. We'll now go into one of my favorite breaths. Last week we focused on that box breath with the Navy SEAL, that the Navy SEALs use. This week we'll focus on a breath that's designed to really help us relax. Really good one to do before or while you're trying to go to sleep. We're going to inhale for 4, we'll pause for 2 to find that present moment's awareness. We'll exhale for 6, and then we'll pause for 2 again before we take the breath back in. If it helps you to tap into this space, one hand on your chest, one hand on your low belly. And if, hey, you're ready to get going because it's a shorter class than normal, go on and bring your feet together. Let your knees bend, and your knees will come out like little butterfly wings or angel wings, whatever visual helps you come in. That's too much on your inner thighs, shove a little book or a block or something underneath the knees. So here we go. Take a big breath in, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, release, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, aware. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, release, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause, 2. Just take a moment, right? 6 rounds of breath, a couple of little bit of different ones might have helped you relax, and just notice how it changed you the tiniest bit. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. And then slowly start to reconnect. Take the fingertips if you have the knees out wide. Draw those knees together. I'm going to join you into my mat space now. And then draw the knees up into your chest. You're going to give yourself a giant, little, yummy hug of gratitude. Gratitude for this day, right? Coming back to our first question. Gratitude for the fact that even though we can't get to the studios, we can still connect in this way. And then hold on to that right shin. Interlace your fingers over the shin and extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Doesn't need to be straight. Just take that puppy up there. And then as you inhale, push through the heel. As you exhale, point. Inhale, push through heel. Exhale, point. And then hold the point. Really fire the leg up there. Stretch as much as you can through the top of the foot. And then you're going to guide the foot to the right. So you're making a C with your foot. Your big toe will go to the right. And then roll the pinky toe towards the ceiling, getting that stretch right at the base of that foot. So all on the outer blade of the foot up into the ankle. If you're tight, you'll feel it. If you're not tight, it might not get so much here. And then hold. If you're getting a cramp, drink some more water. And then take some circles, both directions, getting those creaky things out of there. Just moving it all around. And then slowly let that left leg come down long and heavy on the mat. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, squeeze that knee in and up on the right. Again, big inhale in. As you exhale, squeeze that knee in and up. And then release the right arm out, coming into a T. Take that left arm, keep it on top of the leg. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, we come into a nice, easy twist. Just relax into that space. You can keep your leg on top of the thigh or not. If you don't have your mute button on, I'm going to ask you to slowly press. Just get yourself up, and bottom left in your little square, there's a microphone that you can press mute. So relax into that space. If you're there and you've got your knee bent and you want to straighten it, go on and straighten the leg a little bit. Kind of starts to tackle up into that TFL. I had a request for TFL. I know that muscle all too well because it is the muscle that speaks to me. And then slowly guide that right knee off. Bring it up into the space, squeeze it in. And then release that leg up towards the ceiling. Draw the left knee into the chest. I'm reading a couple chats here while I guide you guys through this quickly. And then a big inhale in. As you exhale, squeeze it in and up. Again, big inhale in. Exhale, squeeze it in and up. Big inhale in. Exhale, squeeze it in and up. Hold that leg there. We'll start to work through the ankle. Take a breath. Push through the heel. Take a breath. As you exhale, point. I'm muting everyone just in case you're not. And then again, big inhale. Exhale, we start to rotate that foot over, making that C. Well, this one's a reverse C. It'll look a little bit differently. So you'll rotate big toe to the left, rotate pinky toe towards the ground. For the runners in the room, you might feel this down into the side of the leg, even into that IT band insertion. And then hold, take a breath, and then pull it into some circles there. Just get those snaps, crackles, and pops out of the ankle. And then slowly release that right leg down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, squeeze that knee in and up, coming into this little back release. You might feel that impingement in your hip flexor. Totally normal, just pull it in on the exhale. And then release the left arm out, take a breath, and then guide that knee across the body. And just see what's there today. I'm telling you, I've been doing lots of weird workouts, so I'm bringing a lot of creaks today to my mat. No judgment, we just kind of notice. So again, you can keep your knee bent. No need for the knee to touch the ground. It's kind of like a myth. Or you could straighten the leg out. I'm going to straighten mine today just the tiniest bit. And just notice how it changes where you might be feeling it. For me, again, it takes it kind of up into my TFL, my outer hip area. Tiniest bit. Just a little like, good morning, let's warm up. Couple of breaths here. And then slowly, if you have that leg extended, bend it. Draw the knee back up into the chest. Bring your right knee up with it. Squeeze them in. And draw everything in. And then as you exhale, we're going to plant the feet down like we're going into a bridge. Because guess what? We're going into a bridge. I want you guys to warm up your core and those legs a little bit before we start to have some fun. So we're going to do articulated bridges. Y'all know these. These are so easy. You'll take your hands down by the ground. I shouldn't say that, they're not really easy, but in light of some bridge options, they're not the hardest. Now, I want you to think about your pelvic floor, push your low back down in. So you might just lift your booty the tiniest bit, and then slowly as you inhale, lift everything up, hands overhead. As you exhale, hold the hips up, reach the hands back. Inhale, reach the hands up. As you exhale, try and curl the whole back down. Go super slowly. See if you can find your flat spot. Inhale, roll up, lift up. Exhale, hold the hips, release the arms overhead. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, curl it down. One more here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold hands up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll everything down. Draw the knees into the chest. And then slowly you're gonna rock yourself front to back, front to back. Just give yourself that poor man's back massage. And really, I mean, none of us can get massages right now, so take advantage of this time. And then slowly make your way up and over, coming into your tabletop. Once you arrive in that tabletop, I want you to do just like we always do. Turn your right fingers around towards your knees. And I will say this because I have some double jointed yogis. We rotate fingers externally. We don't rotate them internally. Rotate them externally. Pinky is in, your thumb is out. And if you were like, what do you mean? Because you're like me, you couldn't even do the other. Try it. It's really whacked out. Now, as you inhale, round, squeeze, push against the ground. I want you to feel like you're pulling your hands away, pulling your knees away. Really hold. We're going to take some breaths here. We're not going to move right into cat and cow movements, the breath per movement. Just really push, push, push. Tuck the chin. Take a breath in, take a breath out. And then as you exhale, soften the belly down to the ground. If you have a bad back, don't sway it deeply. Just kind of come neutral. Everybody else, really think about pulling your booty up towards the ceiling. Belly's drawn in. You're going to lift the head up as much as you can. And now bend this right elbow a tiny bit. Stay below your forearm. We're going to hold this here. Again, inhaling, exhaling, inhale, exhale. And then slowly release that right hand down to the ground. We turn the left hand around. We take that same series. First thing we do is round, push actively into the ground, spread through the shoulders, draw the belly in and up, pull the pelvic floor forward, tuck the chin in tighter than I have it because I just have to be able to talk still, and then push the floor away and hold as you exhale, and then inhale, push the floor away. Exhale, keep holding. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then slowly, again, bad back, you're just going to come neutral. Your back's feeling pretty good today. We tilt the booty up and the head and the gaze comes up. And then bend the elbow, trying to track the tiniest bit into this forearm. Take that range. Hold here. Pull everything together, making it active over passive. Just a couple more breaths. And then slowly release that. So you notice I have my toes tucked. Let's just get this shit right on over with. Keep the toes tucked, get your heels together, and have a seat on your heels. I'm gonna take off my sweater because this just makes me sweat, even on my best of days. So we're arriving here, we're stretching out those feet, and I'm gonna call each of you out and ask you, you know I do this religiously a ton. When was the last time that you did this? Maybe not in a long time. Molly Mathis, I know you're probably cursing me right now, and that's okay. So just hold here. Our goal, 2 minutes a day at a minimum, 5-minute build up if you could get there. If you're already dying, happy thoughts. If it bothers your knees, you can put a block underneath your heels, you can put blocks underneath or a pillow under your knees. Now we're gonna work into the shoulder blades. Take the arms out wide. Take the right arm over the left. Come into those eagle arms. Don't think about your feet. I swear they're still there. Now lift your elbows up even with the shoulders. Squeeze the crap out of your forearms. Really make them active. And then stretch the hands forward. Now you take your gaze right at those forearms. By pulling forward, you should feel those scapulas spread. And then rotate those forearms to the right. So I'll give you the front on view. We don't twist. Here's what we see a lot. Pelvis right, like normal, straight. Arms come over, and then drop your ear to the left. So again, a little bit of neck work, lots of shoulder work, couple of breaths. Hard to know, right, if you have the coronavirus during allergy season. My throat has been a little, everything's blooming, it's beautiful. Something I'm grateful for today. And then inhale, come up, release the arms, don't think about the feet, give them a little flap. And then we go right into it, left over right, lift up. Now you guys know I can't see, so I don't know if you still have your toes tucked. You can totally cheat, it's not cheating. Squeeze, pull the arms forward, squeeze the forearms together, stay upright, move those forearms to the left. And again, we don't want to curve, we want to be upright. Take a breath, and then drop the right ear to the right shoulder. And then just play around with your chin placement, tiniest bit. Your shins are starting to cook, your toes are starting to cook. If you're still there with me, breath in, breath out. And then inhale up. As you exhale, take those hands out. You'll come forward and pitter-patter out those feet. So if you haven't heard my rant, or you need that reminder, right, that big toe flexibility, arch of the foot flexibility is critical for strength and power in those legs, and to keep our knees, IT band, ACL, meniscus, everything nice and stretched out. So now I'm going to show you from the front view. We're going to do a little warm-up. It's kind of fun. Actually, kind of come in from this view. Take your right foot straight out behind. I want you to flex it just like you would when we're going into spinal balance, because we're actually going to go into that quickly. Internal rotation. So big toes to the ground, left hands forward. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, just squeeze it in. You guys know me, I like to wake up the core. Inhale out. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale out. Exhale, squeeze it in. Hold the knee in, release the hand down, hold, squeeze, push. Pull that right knee in more than you think you can. Use your right oblique to hold it there, your hip flexors, holding it there. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, release that foot out. Now look to your right. This is fun because we're not in a studio, so we're normally, packed in there. Rotate out, tap the toe. Inhale, lift. You're going to bring it all the way across the body, tap the toe to the left. And then inhale, lift up, rotate out, waking up the hips, tap. Inhale up, rotate all the way around, look, tap left. Last time, inhale up, rotate, hold, happy thoughts. Pretend there's someone right next to you, lift higher, find those muscles on the outer hip, take a breath. I know it sucks. Tap. Inhale, lift. Rotate all the way back. This one we hold. Bring that foot way over to the left. Push into the ball of the foot. Now, one of my mentors, he likes us to walk towards the foot. One of the other, like lower to your right forearm. I don't really need to do that to get a stretch. I just kind of look back there at that puppy and push into it. You can shift those hips the tiniest bit more to the right. Get love out of that space if it's there. And then slowly bring that right foot straight out behind you. Plant the knee next to the left knee. You'll be on the tops of the feet, so untuck your toes and have a seat before we do the other side. So your feet are nice and flat, and you're just nice and grounded. Plant the fingertips to the ground. Draw yourself nice and tall. Right fingers stay grounded. Inhale, lift the left hand up. And as you exhale, just a nice, easy side-body stretch. And then inhale up, woo, over to the other side. I did Lindsay Doty's butts, core, and arms the other day. Let me just tell you, I'm feeling it. Over to the other side. Inhale up. Over to the other side. So just moving into the range of motion in the spine. We've done the concave, the convex. We've done the twists. Now we just did the side body. Bring it forward. Coming back to the tabletop. This time left leg comes straight out behind. Right hand comes forward. Flex the foot. Just Just find your balance here first. If you can't get away from the balance here, don't worry about it. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, squeeze elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Hold the knee in, plant the hand. Really squeeze the crap out of that knee. Get it up in there. Use your hip flexor muscle. Use your core oblique. Connect it all. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, take that leg up. Now, look to the left. Inhale, take it out. Tap it down. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, take it way back. Look right. Tap. Big circle. Inhale, rotate. Big circle. Out. Lower. So working that external rotation and hip strength all the way down and around. I actually had a request for that. Inhale up. You guys know that makes me happy. Come out, because I'm always talking about it. Hold. Now, check it out. Get it up on top of your imaginary partner's butt. Hold. Breathe. Curse me if you need to. Tap the foot. Inhale, lift. Exhale, all the way around, big old rainbow. Plant the ball of the foot. Look over the right shoulder. And then again, if you want to walk to the right, rock on. Otherwise, just kind of shift your hips. See what's there. It's kind of an organic space. Remember to come back to that breath. And then release that left knee down next to the right. Now, normal cat's-cows here. So just an inhaling and an exhaling. I don't like to cue breath because my breath might be the opposite of yours. So you just do what comes to you naturally. And then slowly plant the balls of the feet. Walk your hands towards your feet. And lift yourself up, coming into a very bent knee forward fold. So again, I always walk around the studio and say, bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees. Bend the knees until your ribs connect to your thigh, but then turn on your bahuki, your butt. Squeeze the crud out of that thing. Let the head hang. I'm going to blob out for a couple of breaths here. And just be happy, right? Grateful that you're in this space. And then we're going to tackle the IT bands here in a couple of moments. But first, let's lengthen the spine. Bring your fingertips to your shins. Squeeze the crud out of your booty. And inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Now you want to have a nice long spine. Shoulders come down your back, like they're going to go into some little imaginary back pockets and some fabulous G's. Squeeze the butt. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Let's find our hamstrings the tightest bit. Hands are on the shins. Shift the sugar forward. Squeeze the booty. Straighten the legs as much as you can. You'll see mine are not straight, like at all, because my hamstrings are super crazy tight today because I've been riding my Peloton. Another big inhale. Really reach the crown of the head. I'm pulling you forward. And then exhale, fold. Now, inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Really bring your attention to your butt. I want you to tap into that high hamstring gluteal connection by squeezing the crud out of that booty. That'll keep us from overstretching our piriformis hamstring. Shift the weight forward. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then keep squeezing as you inhale. Come up to stand. And you guys know I always have to say we should feel our little butt smile right there. And then take a big inhale. Reach the hands up. Exhale over to the right. That never gets old. This feels so good. Inhale, lift. And we go over to the other side. And then inhale, lift. As we exhale, come back into that bent knee expression. Now, you got a tight IT band. Grab a block. Grab a laundry thing. These work really, really well. Put it right in the middle, about 12 inches in front. And then we're going to take a big old bend in this right knee first. Straighten the left leg. Already you might feel where we're headed. If you don't need it, fingertips to the ground. And then bend the right knee, plant the right hand, lengthen the left leg, left hand's up. Now you don't have to reach up. You can just kind of hold here. If it bothers your neck to look up, stay, look at your hand, happy thoughts. If you are looking up, just remember not to tuck the chin, pull the head back the tiniest bit. Take a breath in. And then let's trade, bend both knees, forward fold. Halfway lift, squeeze your bahookie. And exhale, let it go. Left side, left knee bends, left hand plants. Ooh, right leg straightens, keep the belly engaged. Holy crap, my right side's tight. Reach the right fingertips up. Come back to your breath as you're here. The tighter that right leg is, I want you to think about pushing into the big toe on that right side. Don't forget, don't let the belly hang. Breathe and pull it in. One more inhale here. You guys are rocking it. Ooh. And then exhale. Oh, let it go. Come back into those hamstrings, fingertips to your shins. Squeeze the booty halfway lift. Hold. Squeeze the booty this time. Really push your, actively push your shins back. I'm going to pull you by your ears forward, and your best friend's got you by the hips, and she or he is pulling you backwards. Squeeze your butt. Draw the belly in. Inhale, squeeze the butt, and then squeeze again as you come up to stand. Perfect. Take those feet out, hips distance apart, and then take your hands behind your back. If you can, I don't want them here loose. I'd like them to stay in a fist. That might mean that they don't come up off your back. First thing we're going to do is a little bit of a release of the tech neck by trying to get a funky stretch through here. So first thing, check your neck, pull it back, ears over shoulders, and it feels like you have a double chin, which, hey, no big deal, you're at home, no one can see you. And then pull these fists up. Take a breath, pull the shoulders back. Inhale. See how high you can get those fists. I personally freaking hate this. Take a breath in. Squeeze, pull up higher. Keep those fists together. Pull the head back. I was totally turkey necking there. And then squeeze the shoulders back. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, take the hands straight down. You're going to make a little temple mudra. Index fingers face forward. Now squeeze your butt and pull the shoulders back. Now here's what happens. Our ribs come flying forward. Tuck them in. Engage your core. You want to keep that stuff strong. So don't let your ribs come way out. Again, keep the head tucked. Squeeze and pull down, pull down, pull down. Couple breaths. And then kind of relax for a moment. Take a breath in. Stretch the arms way away. And then bring them over to that right hip. Now, you guys know that practice with me a lot. Some of us get a ton out of this, some you won't get anything. See how far over you can get them, drop, and then pull that right chicken wing in. Squeeze the arms together, take a breath in, and then drop the neck over to the left, ear to the left, and then play around with your chin placement. Some of you might want to look up, some down, but just keep the head drawn back, ears lined up with shoulder. Big inhale in, just releasing that time. This is a really great thing to do while you're seated at your desk. I actually do this while I'm riding the Peloton. I kind of come up and sit for a second, keep pedaling. And then inhale up. And take a big old stretch back. We take it to the other side. You'll enjoy this because we're about to get big old into those hips. Drop those, shoulders even. Squeeze that left side in, get that little chicken wing in, and then again, big inhale, don't let your ribs come flying out. Drop that right ear over to the right. So every day when I get dressed to come teach yoga, I give a lot of thought to my tank tops that I put on. I know that sounds really weird. But last night when I went to bed and I kind of was pulling my clothes out, I picked out my favorite Target tank top that says, something about being a one strong mother. Because I was feeling kind of agitated. And I was trying to remind myself that, we can all get through this. And today I woke up, I guess I must have slept really well. I'm feeling pretty loving. And I realized, right, that everything that we're going through sucks for everybody. So we have to be kind and practice more kindness than maybe we want to sometimes. And then inhale. Take those hands out. Last nice and docile stretch. Squeeze as you squeeze the booty. Bend the knees. Let the head hang. This is about that back. And stretch those hands up. Again, if your palms are stuck on your back, know that that was me years ago. You can put a towel between or a strap between your hands, a shirt between your hands, or just be cool with that. Try to stretch it back. So again, this is all about the back when we have our knees bent. See if you can feel from your sacrum all the way up through the lumbar to the thoracic to the cervical to your neck. Give them a shake, yes and no. Yes, I'm still going to take care of myself in this time. No, I'm not going to give up my yoga practice. And then release those hands down to the ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, step it back. Let's come into our first plank. So, let's come back to our core. Take my glasses off. Plank for you might be here. Absolutely fabulous place to be. Otherwise, plank is here. You're pushing back into those thighs, your palms right into the shoulders. Finger to spread. You're finding some strength. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, drop the left knee down. Push into that right shin. So it's like a funky down dog. Draw your belly in. Breath in. And then trade. Drop the right knee down. You can hover it for a little extra workout. Left heel's down. Stretch through those calves. I had 3 people say calves. And then find your plank. Take a breath here as you exhale. Maybe drop knees, maybe act like you're in a vinyasa. Squeeze forward, shift forward, lower for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Untuck the toes. Keep those fingers right underneath. Your back is tight. Take your feet wide. And then inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, take the chin down. Take your fingertips out wide. Find the little fingertips like a spider tip. And then inhale, lift up. You're going to point your elbows straight up. Take a breath in. You're going to drop the right shoulder down and then push and come straight on the left side. Big inhale here. It's kind of funky. And then exhale back to neutral. Take a breath. And we trade. Drop the left. Stretch to the right. So add a little muscle into the right. Big breath. And then exhale, let it go. Bring those hands underneath. Push yourself up, coming into that tabletop. Now I want you to look towards your right hand, grab it, yank it, step it, right foot outside of that right hand. So if you get to here, grab that thing, get her to here. And then hold here, rotate those toes as far to the right as you can get. Sides are going to be super different. Back foot, I want you to kickstand it in the same direction towards the right. And then let's wake up those hips. Bend and shift into it. Little ankle flexion too. Come out. Inhale, squeeze towards that side. Come out. Inhale all the way into it. Hold. And then come out halfway. Right hand, I want you to keep it underneath your shoulder. Stretch your left hand super forward like you're going to be like, hey, what's up? I'm going to shake your hand. Wouldn't that be nice if we could shake someone's hand right now? And then slowly reach to the right. Plant your fingertips as far away as you can get. It's all about the reach through the left hand. And then push your hips back. The tiniest bit, let your head hang. Those are really organic, funky moves. So this doesn't give you anything. Take something a little bit different, like just tweak it the tiniest bit. I invite you to do that in everything that I ever offer. Tweak it, make it yours. And then slowly bring that hand back. You're going to wiggle those feet, you're going to rotate them to 45 degrees. Now, back foot, bring it straight out, tuck your toes, stretch that puppy way back there, coming into your lizard. Chest is nice and lengthened. So, if you've been horseback riding, that might be something cool to do right now. This is going to talk to you. This is a big stretch after horseback riding. Maybe you're like, girl, I've been horseback riding. Maybe it's been hand in life, right? It's a big stretch. Lots of hips, lots of work. So you can stay right here, and you guys know me. This is passive. Tina, this is for you. Now, you know I'm not all about the passive stretch. I like active. I want you to tuck your toes. It's gonna be level 2. You're gonna tuck the toes and you're gonna fire the crap up out of this left leg. You're gonna burn that leg so strong the whole thing starts to cook like a mofo. You're gonna squeeze, squeeze, squeeze into it. Now that's level 2. That's a pretty cool place to be. Or we go to level 3. You're gonna take this right arm. This one's kind of, spunky. Don't feel like you should be able to do it. Right arm comes under. You reach the palm up. But no time like the present to play with this. Left arm comes around and you grip. You stare at your toes. And you strengthen your hips at the same time as you lengthen your hips. Now, when I'm practicing by myself and I don't have to talk at the same time, that is how I do it because I'm always trying to strengthen and lengthen. I'm 51, and so flexibility is cool, but strength is cooler. Like that's gonna keep me long term. Couple breaths, take a breath, one more. You have the bind, begin to make your palms down. If you're active, that left knee is up, take a breath, and then drop that knee down to the ground. That quad's probably talking to me if you were nice and active. Mine is. Rotate toes out a little more. Left hand, you might need a block. You might need your laundry detergent. You bring it center, line it up with your pubic bone. Take your right arm, reach that thing around. Oh, mother of God. Pull that heel in. Say hello to that left quad. Now, lots of people drop down to their forearms in this stretch, and they take it down like this. It's a different stretch. So if this feels better for you, go for it. It's more in the hip flexor, but for me, I get more out of it when I stay upright. So again, great time to play around with your entire yoga practice right now when you're just sitting here on this video screen. And breathe. See what's there. Acknowledge it. Be kind to it. And then one more inhale, just give it your hand here. And then exhale, we're gonna come out. Now, those of you that practice with me regularly, you know my favorite way to stretch the crap out of those hamstrings. And this comes from my mentor, Jason Crandall, so I cannot take credit for this torture. You're gonna stay upright, depending on how tight this right leg is. You're gonna maybe take it further to the right. Maybe you're someone that you think you have full spreads. If you were in my studio, not my studio, I don't know in the studio where I teach. If you're in the studio, you know I'd pick on you because that's the kind of yogi that I am, full of love. Find your heel on the right side, stretch the legs straight. And if you're like, girlfriend, I can't stretch my legs straight, take the puppy out to the right. Everyone can get their legs straight. You might just need to open up your hip, not your hamstring. So find what works for you. Now, if you're like, I can't get off my wrists, you can lower. But what I want you to think about doing is finding the full expression here. So start at the base of the foot. Look at that thing. Mine's shaking like a freaking leg. I don't know if you can see that. Push through the heel. Toes are up. Now come all the way up the leg. Find that high hamstring. Booty connection. Your butt smile. Push the booty back. Holy shnikes. That shit gets real when you do that. You should feel your whole entire leg. So when we find that little pelvic tilt, you say, oh my God, I can hold this. So again, the joke in yoga is we are finding comfort with discomfort. But in reality, it's true, right? So we're all in a very uncomfortable thing in our lives right now. So we can just go, you know what? Lindsay's gonna ask me to stretch this shit, so I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna hold it, breathe. Then maybe today, when your little kids are driving you nuts as you're homeschooling them, or your college students are driving you nuts because they're bored and they want to be in Cabo on their senior spring break, you breathe. And you breathe. And you wait until you can think properly and with kindness to respond. Again, big inhale in, push through heel, woo, little tilt to the booty, find that whole darn thing, don't cheat a single thing. One more breath, oh my Lord. And then here's the best part coming out of it, engage your belly. Oh, slide that thing back there. You're gonna bring it right next to the left and take some big old circles. Should feel pretty good after that. And then we're gonna take it into the other side. I know you're totally stoked. Let's just get it over with. Left foot again. Grab that thing if you need to, or step that thing forward. So I'm a big believer that yoga, there's this misconception that like everything's easy to do for those of us. I'm like totally proportionate. My legs and my arms are proportionate. So for me, stepping forward and doing weird arm balances things, they come naturally to me. If they don't come naturally to you, there's probably a reason, an anatomical reason in your body. So you can stay right here, like baby lizard. Oh, first we gotta point the toes out, almost forgot. Point the toes way out. You're gonna open up that left door. Recognize, right away my left hip, it's my weaker hip, but my tighter hip. You're gonna kickstand that foot over. Now, ooh, really lean over, and then lean away. Lean over, working ankle flexion at the same time. Lean away. Lean into it. Lean away. Hold. We work through some back space here. Left hand palms to the ground. Reach the right hand forward again like you're going to shake someone's hand. What's up? Imaginary friend. Oh, reach to the right. Plant your fingertips. And then just find that organic space. Shift your hips back. Let your head hang. Take about 3 big, deep inhales and exhales. Again, big, deep inhale in. And then slowly bring that hand underneath. Rotate those toes to 45 degrees. This is lizard, baby lizard, totally okay. Otherwise, tuck the toes, stretch way out. You might need a block underneath your knee if your knee is fragile. And then settle here. Maybe this is your lizard today. Passive lizard, totally cool. If you're someone that can lay down on your stomach, I'd be like, no, no, and no. Let's work strength. So we're gonna fire up that back leg. We're gonna fire it up. Lift the knee, squeeze the crap out of that quad. Find all the strength you can possibly muster, burning through that side. Hold, couple breaths. Now, if you did it on the other side, you gotta play with it on this side. Might work, it might not. Left arm, this is the habanero pepper expression. You reach it up, the palm faces the ceiling. I gotta get my foot on my mat. Reach the right arm up and around, you grab the bind, you stare at your toes, you lengthen your spine, and you strengthen the shit out of this left hip while you lengthen it, just plenty. You find calm in the storm, and you breathe. Big inhale, really warming up that back leg. We want to get into that quad, so utilize it. Really warm it up. Take a big breath in, one more. And then exhale, drop that right leg, that knee down to the mat. Again, might need to open the toe up, might need something under your back knee, under the right hand. We're gonna reach around, coming into the twist, opening up the chest, big twist through the spine, grab your foot. I like to grab the pinky blade of the foot and then shift into it. So again, I stay upright. You wanna lower it, rock it, totally up to you. Thing here is you grab that puppy. Most of us in the studio, your shoulders are still here until I touch your shoulder blade on the left, and then you realize, oh wait, I can bring that left shoulder back. So it's like a peacocking of the chest. You want to show how proud you are. So shine the chest, draw the shoulder back, pull that heel in, and say hello to your quads. They're such nasty, big, huge muscles to stretch, super hard to get to. And they require way more work than we're doing here. Calm in the breath. Exhale, we take it in a little bit more if you can. And then slowly, if you want to mess with your hamstring strength, right? Short hamstring strength, hold that chip right there. Just hold that heel there. And then try and release it really slowly. Totally don't have to. Later at another time. Play with your short hamstring strength. Super important. Lower the foot down. We're going into this left hamstring now. So again, you recognize where you have your flexibility. If you have full splits, you could bring it forward. You do a half split like this. Or open it up and slide it down. Hands are here. If it's too much on your wrists, You can lower here as well. But wherever you are, that puppy might be coming straight out 90 degrees. No judgment. Main thing, pound it in. Push through your heel, toes are up. We want to stretch the Achilles connection with the calf. Typically, tight hamstrings. It's not because your hamstrings are tight. It's because they're first weak. Secondly, your calves and Achilles are tight and your outer hips are tight. So really push, and then we find that horrifying part. Push the booty back a little bit. Find that high hamstring glute connection. You're now feeling it from the Achilles into the calf and the hamstring connectors behind the knee. You're going, oh my God, I didn't know this whole thing was there. Draw the belly in, push the butt out. Breathe. You've got this. Couple breaths. Again, calm in the storm. Big inhale in. Big exhale out. Big inhale in. Big exhale out. And then slowly draw this foot back. Take some barrel roll circles. And then come on to your booty. We're going to go into double pigeon, but we're going to recline it. I'm going to line you up, like kind of cue you into it. And then I'm going into double pigeon in particular just based on a couple of elements, but it goes deep into the TFL, it goes deep into the IT vein connection, and the glute med, like everything here. So take your left shin, and you're going to bring it parallel with the front of your mat. You don't want that foot near your butt. You want that puppy forward. Then you're going to grab your right foot, and if you can, you stack it on top. So right here, I'm like, oh shit, this hurts. But we're not going to stay here. So you may only get your foot here, right? You might get your foot here. Don't love that big old strain in that right knee. But wherever you are, we're going to lay down. And we'll move. So this is ugly. So ugly getting into it. You're here. First time Jason Crandall asked me to do this, I was in Hawaii on a retreat with him, and I swear to God, I thought I was going to die and break. Relax back. Already my left TFL is one. WTF. And I'm just trying to breathe. And breathe. And breathe. If you're already down on your back, God love you. For the rest of us, let's get really, really ugly. You got to slowly engage your belly. Don't forget that. Walk your elbows. Oh, sugar. Relax yourself back. And then you're going to take your hands, if you can, and take them up overhead. Now you've got the weight of this right foot, just doing all that work in this left hip. You come here and you're like, girlfriend, I don't feel a thing. First, you lucky dog. Second, take your right hand. I'm just going to show you for a millisecond because I don't need it. Grab the inside of that leg, pull it towards you. Oh, sugar. And then push it out into the right. So again, it's just if you need it. I'm actually going to pop out of this for a couple of seconds while I check something. Close your eyes, find your breath. Big inhales in and out. I love the doggies that I can see in the pictures. Give them a little pet. Such a great time. The only people, like, not people, but right, our pets are super stoked with this quarantine. My dog's never been happier. Again, a couple of breaths. You got it. See where you can soften if you're just like, oh my God, holding on to that left hip. Soften, soften, soften. You can do it. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, unravel. Plant both feet on the mat, and you're going to bring your hands by your side. Lift yourself up, and now windshield wiper side to side. So you want to really roll through the booty, the glute. Give yourself a little butt rub. My left side almost kind of goes numb in that as all my muscles start to relax into it. And then we hold. And now we're going to take a little pit stop for that tech neck expression or request. Feet are hips distance. This is going to be our second to last thing. Fingertips come forward. If that's too much, fingertips come out. I'm just going to take mine out just to mix it up. Draw the shoulders back. Stick out your collarbone. Draw the belly in. Bring your booty to your heels, and then bend those elbows. Keep those shoulders back. And now ask your neck to actually work. Take your gaze to your ceiling and hold it there. Use the muscles in the back of your neck to hold your neck looking up. Most of us are weak. That's totally cool. Couple breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. You guys are rocking it. One more inhale. One more exhale. This is a really great stretch to do. Just like a pit stop from your computer. And then drop the hips back. We're going to take it into the other side and those hips. It's called double fire log, double pigeon, double hill, whatever you want to call it. Right shin's forward. We stack the left shin on top. And for those who don't know me, yes, I do use curse words. Sorry, if it offends you, I apologize. Don't check back in. You'll just lift and shift. Notice again, you might not be able to get here. You might need to drop it forward. Main thing, you know, if you're feeling something on your outer hips, that's what we're going towards. This should be a tiny bit uncomfortable. I know one of my fabulous bestie clients, Miss Kimberly, also one of my besties, she can come here and like take a nap. It's crazy. So I want you to draw the belly in. And we start to get that really ugly process. We start to walk ourselves back. You take a little pit stop here, decide what's going on. Don't judge, just to relax into it. And then again, draw the belly in, walk the elbows, and then relax down onto the back. Suddenly you've got all that weight pushing into that bottom right hip. You can kind of take your hand there. I'm a big believer that you touch those spots, just a touch, right? A simple human touch helps just kind of tell your butt cheek, hey man, soften, it's okay. You're not breaking. It's just tons of connection points in that glute. And then slowly, again, you need a little extra love. You take the left hand, grab the inside of this leg, pull it toward you, and then pull it, scrub it out, we call it. So just a little scrub session here. And then breathe. Soften into it. You guys are doing great. Take a breath in. Don't forget to pause. Breath out. One last big one here. Big inhale in. Pause. Big exhale out. This time stay on your back. Unravel the pretzels. If you want to stay more on one side, go for it. Find the feet on the ground, windshield wiper side to side. Let that feel good. And then come into that Baddha Konasana where we started, feet together, knees wide. Just notice, might feel a little bit differently now, hopefully a little bit better. Left hand's gonna come onto this left leg, flip your palm up, half happy baby on the right. Now, if you're like me and you're a grumpy baby most days, because it's super tight, take your hand, you're gonna bring it, palm faces in, you're gonna grab your calf. And then think, trying to put your footprint on the world, like make a mark, and then try and guide your knee out a little bit. If you can grab your big toe, cool. You can grab the outer blade, whatever works. And then add a little inhale. As you inhale, really lighten, and as you exhale, squeeze, push the left palm in, squeeze that right foot down. Last bit of hip work. Big inhale. Soften as you exhale, find that space. Open up shop. And then slowly, oh my Lord, release the right foot down, take a breath in. Familiar space, and now as we exhale, we tackle the other side. Left foot, half happy baby. Grab where you need to grab. You can just grab your shorts too. Big old burly football players, I have to just grab whatever the heck they can grab. Some of them are grabbing back here, right? It's an awkward position, except for those of us that have had children. Right hand's on the inner thigh, take a breath in. Exhale, squeeze the left knee in, push that right leg out. Again, inhale, lighten. Exhale, a little deeper. And then release that foot down to the ground. Draw the knees in. Lift them to the chest. Take a big inhale, gratitude. As you exhale, just a nice easy twist. Drop the knees to the right. Relax everything here. Big breath in. Big breath out. As you inhale, come through center. And as you exhale, take it to the left. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then inhale, bring those knees to center. Squeeze up. Get tiny. Eye sockets to knees. Inhale, engage everything. Squeeze the sugar out of yourself. And as you exhale, take up space. Feet come out wide. Release the hands down by your side. Palms face up. Heads relax. Don't cheat yourself of this rest. This is important. Relax, right? An hour ago, you started here. Recognize as you relax into this space how it feels now an hour later. Allow yourself to soften. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let the eyes grow heavy. Scan the body. Notice your breath. Relax into your space, knowing that this is the equivalent to setting your time, your cement, right? You did the work, you poured the cement, now let it soften. Big inhale in, soften a little more, not being in a hurry. And then doing your best to keep your eyes closed, just begin to reconnect. Maybe start by wiggling fingers, toes, a gentle nod of the head. And we ask ourselves, what am I grateful for right here, right now? If you've got someone next to you, maybe give them a little squeeze of the hand. Who am I checking in on today? What expectations of normal am I letting go of today? Like using less toilet paper, right? How am I getting outside today? How am I moving my body today? What beauty am I either creating, inviting, or cultivating around me today? Gently begin to reconnect, a little bit bigger movements with a little bit deeper breath. And then softly find that bend in the knees and I invite you to roll over to whichever side works for you. Right side is your solar side, your energetic side. Left side, your lunar side, your more relaxed side. And take that moment to set your intention, your commitment to yourself if you have not done so. If you set one earlier, just remind yourself of it. And then again, if you can, keep the eyes closed. I welcome you to gently lift yourself up, facing your lovely computer. As we send our energy into that space, right? Even though we're far away, we're all one. Bringing those hands to center, connecting your thumb to your heart space, our center of our bodies, our middle chakra. You all know I don't talk about them a lot, but I study the crap out of them and I believe in them. As we inhale, we lengthen and we grow a little deeper through our root chakras, and we lighten up through our crown chakras, sending our energy out. Big inhale, feel the heart open. And as we exhale, we feel that heart just soften. Our gentle reminder of how powerful our breath is, especially during this time of need. I welcome you to bring your thumb knuckles to your forehead. We're together, we honor that clarity of thought as we work into noticing our thoughts here. Moving those thumb knuckles to lips, together we honor that clarity of speech and our effort to stay positive and kind with our words. And if you can't, take the extra breath. Lastly, thumb knuckles to our chest, where we honor that clarity of action and the ability to slow ourselves down and appreciate this time. Come back to something you love, check on your loved ones, invite this time in, and do a little self-reflection. Beautiful yogis, I thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for joining me. It makes me feel a little more normal in my day by seeing all of your faces out there. So namaste. I hope you leave feeling more relaxed,